So we saw Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to try to be as spoiler-free as possible, but it is kind of a hard thing to talk about without bringing up anything that'll ruin the best parts. So we're gonna be super careful. We just wanted to... I really enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun. I didn't expect to cry so much. I won't say anything, but I was crying a lot towards the end where I could feel the tears like running down my neck. If you are a big fan of the original and the sequel, I think you will definitely enjoy this one. It is, I guess, more tailored towards younger people, but I still had a blast with it. I mean, judging by what we're wearing, you can tell we're big fans.
We're fans.
I grew up on these movies, and I believe Ghostbusters 2 was the first movie I saw in a theater.
Really?
I think so.
It
was either one of them, but Ghostbusters, the first one, came out the year I was born, and I can't imagine my mom would have taken me as a baby to it, so I think it was part 2.
Okay, so there was that group, right? There was Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, John Candy. They all worked together on multiple films.
Mm-hmm.
And I've talked before on the show about my babysitter Ruthie and the fact that she got me into genuinely good film and she taught me a lot about who does what kind of comedy and why it's actually funny. And if you're a fan of those movies like Stripes and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and the 2 Ghostbusters movies, then you probably are aware of the backstory of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that, if you know, then that's what's really gonna make this. I'm trying not to cry.
No, I just like me, I grew up with the first 2, and then of course we had the Ghostbusters cartoon.
Oh yeah, the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Which is great. If you can find that somewhere, I wonder where you can find it. If it's on HBO Max or something.
I'm not sure, but yeah, there was definitely a lot of fan service in this one. A lot of nostalgia that really got to me. Seeing certain characters come back and
the cast. Okay, even the young cast. One of the things that people of our age generally might have a problem with in a film like this is using a young cast to try to revive a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like these young actors did great.
Mm-hmm.
McKenna Grace.
Oh yeah,
she's awesome in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
What's the lady that plays the mom?
Carrie Coon.
She's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always a fan of Finn Wolfhard. I'm also a Stranger Things geek. I love Stranger Things. Can't wait for season 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Finn, he's good in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even Finn's good in bad movies. What was that one that they made, that adaptation of Turn of the Screw?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Finn's probably the best part of that. So the idea that we got Finn being able to do his thing in a movie like this is really cool.
And then we also have the sexiest man alive, Paul Rudd.
That dude is a vampire. He has not aged my entire life, and I feel like he actually looks better now than he did decades ago. And he is doing his form of comedy all over this movie, and it works perfect.
Yeah.
And him working with the young actors, you can see that there was chemistry between him and the young actors. And generally, when you get, like, an actor from here and you put them in a movie about younger actors, there's always this weird, like, divide that you can kind of see in the final product. And I don't see that as much here. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, no, it's kind of sort of off camera. But in the back there, we actually, before the movie came out, we bought the Funko Pop of the mini
Stay Puffed
Stay
Marshmallow
Puft
Man from Baskin Robbins.
I get it.
So they're, because they show up in the movie.
Well, it's actually going to be funny if this movie's a hit, because people are going to be looking for these, and you can only buy them at Baskin Robbins. And most Baskin Robbins only got like one box of them, so they were super limited edition, and they were only like $15. So I was like, why not? I'm already spending $14 on milkshakes.
I think the movie already made $4.5 million just yesterday, so we'll see. I'm already seeing a lot of mixed reviews,
which I don't understand
online. But this is, like, I was expecting, the nostalgia and the fan service, so...
But you can't... Yeah, you can't make a film of a franchise like this without it. Because there are going... If you're using a franchise that's, 35 years old?
Older, yeah.
Then you can't not have those points in there. Like, they have to connect.
Yeah.
There's a big thing that happens. So, if you go see it, there is a huge thing that happens. And as soon as it happened, tears. So, if you get it, if you know all the stories, and you have a great appreciation, not only for the originals, but for how the originals were made, then you're super gonna enjoy the third act of this.
Yeah.
They got the actress who played Gozer back. So that's cool.
Yeah. And this is rated PG-13, but there was, like, it happened very quickly, but there was a surprisingly kind of gory thing that happened. I won't get into it, but it was so quick, but I was kind of still...
It is a bit shocking
to see it in there.
Yeah, I you know what, I think I'm just desensitized because I hadn't even thought twice about it. But yeah,
there were some young kids in the theater with us, and I'm just really curious if they even, like, really noticed that, or...
Okay, so here's the thing. There was this group of teenage boys that were right in front of us. And I was half prepared right when the movie started. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to gird myself to stand up and tell these kids to shut up. Because they were being a little rowdy when it started. But then they were laughing at the same time we were laughing.
Yeah.
And they were obviously, like, into it at the same time we were into it. And, like, we were laughing out loud. So how am I gonna... They were enjoying the movie the right way. And it's not like it used to be before COVID, where you could go to a theater and there was that energy. Where, like...
Yeah, I didn't mind it because I was honestly surprised there weren't more people in there. Like, we showed up like 20 minutes before, and usually when we go see a movie, there's always at least a little bit of a line, but...
There was nobody.
There was,
But even with else. Just, like, there was, like, the 6 teenage boys in front of us, and there was probably 2 small families behind us, a couple. There was that feeling, that little bit of that energy in the theater.
Yeah.
That, where you were all kind of connected in why this movie was cool.
And I know there's a lot of people that have been looking forward to taking their kids to see this. Like, when we went to Detroit last month, we went to see the We Hate Movies podcast live, and there were some guys in the line who are so excited for it to come out. This one guy was like, I can't wait to take my daughter and share this experience with her. And
it's a good movie for it. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's a good movie for it.
yeah.
Because there is, like I said, like there's the older part of this film and the young part of this film, and they connect usually that's the hard part, is getting those two things to intertwine correct. I'm trying to be so careful here. There's two things that intertwine correctly, and I feel like they did a good job.
Yeah.
Paralleling the characters. Because there's a parallel between the young characters and the old cast that's almost straight down the line.
And I feel like a little bit of the story kind of echoed maybe real life scenarios. So it was...
I'm okay.
I don't know how to say it without spoiling anything, but it kind of was a way to forgive, to bring everyone back together again.
That's the thing. That's the big thing I was talking about at the end.
I have no spoilers, really. The only thing is, if you do go see it, do not leave when the credits start, because you do get two special scenes. One during the credits and one at the very end of the credits. And there were people that left after that mid-credit scene, and I was like, no, just hold on.
Yeah. And the end credit scene it totally pays off.
Yeah.
Especially because the cool thing that happens in the end credit scene, like in the credits, happens right before it. Because we're watching the movie, and then the credits are getting to this one spot, and then it said something, and I was like, we both went, wait, but that's not... And then it went to it. Oh, it's so cool.
But, yeah, I had a blast watching it. I
had
cried
so much
a
fun.
lot.
That third act is emotional.
Yeah. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. My sister was asking me that. We just went to the theater to see it. I don't think it's
an HBO Max thing.
Yeah.
I'll look, because the movies that are put out that go straight to HBO Max generally are only from a certain... It is streaming on HBO Max.
Oh, it is?
It is.
It still didn't come close to me to the first two. Like, those ones are still very special to me, but I really liked it.
But I feel like people who are the age now, seeing this, that we saw the originals, might have that same feeling for this.
Maybe, but I mean, like, especially the first one, when you watch it now, it's like you can watch it as an adult, and because it is more like adult humor. This one was definitely like tailored for like the younger generation. It didn't quite, I mean, there was a lot of like sarcastic humor in it that I appreciated, not like dumbed down.
The humor. Yeah, the humor given by the younger cast.
Yeah.
Isn't. I'm trying to think of how to say it correctly. The humor that's delivered by the young cast isn't delivered to a young audience in a way that is talking down to them. It's all super smart. There's actually a whole running bit of just dumb jokes, which is a good... It works.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it, really. We don't want to give anything away.
Right. The hard part about giving, like, a real reaction, a real review for this movie is that we can't really say too much. Because there's a lot about it that you have to see.
Yeah, so go see it.
Go see it.
I would say it was worth the price of admission. So
yeah,
a fun experience to have in the theater. Like a great nostalgic movie, and if you have kids, I think they'll have a lot of fun with it too.
Even if you have like up into teenagers, I really feel like because those teenage boys were probably somewhere between 14 and 16. They had fun.
Yeah.
So even if you have like snarky teenagers, they'll still have fun with this movie. Because Finn Wolfhard is like an angsty teen.
Yeah.
Themes to be Seen says, go see it.
Themes to be what?
Seen?
Oh, the way it...
Did I just mumble that?
It sounded like you said themes to be seasoned.
Themes to be seasoned?
I don't know.
Not only are we fun to watch.
I'm very tired and we have a big day tomorrow.
Not only are we fun to watch, we also taste delicious, apparently. Themes to be seasoned. How did
I don't know.
It's a late stream, y'all. All right. So, we just wanted to fill everybody in on that.
Yeah.
And actually, we wanted to be able to make this so we can also put it on the YouTube page. But it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's fun, to get that experience to go see a movie and, kind of dress up and...
I got to wear my favorite Ghostbusters.
I know, too bad there weren't more people to really...
Yeah, I wore... Okay,
see
so
it.
I don't know if anybody's ever seen this jacket, but it's got, the phone number and everything. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got the phone number and the patches, and I love this jacket. It's not warm by any means.
Yeah.
You feel wind right through it, but it's cool. And I could actually... I have the other patches right here. It's got I have all 4 of their names.
Yeah.
I chose to wear Egon. He was my favorite Ghostbuster. Who's your favorite Ghostbuster?
I'd say Egon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
I always, most identify, I think, with the nerdiest character that there could be.
He always seemed like the leader character. Like, the Ninja Turtles had Leonardo. I always thought that was Egon. Which most people like Venkman. And that's cool. Because Bill Murray's an absolute legend, and especially in that first movie, that is prime comedy Bill Murray. Just every beat that he gets, he kills it.
Yeah.
And, but I don't know. I just always saw Egon as, the driving force for the team. Even though he's not, the spiritualist, he doesn't believe in ghosts. He doesn't believe in, psychic powers or any of that. He believes in the science of it. So when the other stuff gets proven to him, he can't not. Which, now that I say all this out loud, it becomes very ironic. Whoop! Almost cried again. Hopefully it leaves you in the state that it left me in. Because anytime I think about any of that, it's actually kind of really getting to me.
Yeah. It's a good, tribute to Harold Ramis. Yeah, it's so hard to talk about this without giving anything away.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're probably going to wait a month. We'll wait a calendar month from today and then do a spoiler review.
Yeah.
Because we want to be able to talk. I want to talk about this so bad. And I want to have this conversation with people. I actually, before we saw it, I was reading reviews, which is something we don't generally do.
Yeah.
We try not to read reviews. We try not to watch trailers. Which trailers are something we should talk... Trailers before this are something we could talk about.
Oh, yeah.
But I saw a couple reviews, and they were super negative about it. So I was like, I hope... I just, threw my phone up. Whoa!
What is happening?
My phone fell out of my pocket, and it just knocked a bunch of stuff over. Um, and these negative reviews kind of made me worried, and now I just realized that those people were idiots.
Okay.
Like, it's people. I think it's people who weren't as emotionally invested in the first couple movies, just looking at this as a standalone thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that. Okay. What were the trailers before this? And there's only two, and for some reason they both star Tom Holland.
Oh, there was the Spider-Man trailer and Uncharted. There were a few other trailers too. I don't remember.
Oh, the Morbius trailer.
Oh yeah, King Richard, and that. I just hear Denzel Washington in my head. Coming soon to a theater.
That okay.
Coming to a theater at Christmas. Or
Letters
whatever.
for Jordan, starring Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, and
there's
then there's
trailer.
that weird Matt Damon crypto.
There was a Crypto.com commercial
Like,
before the
okay.
movie. Okay. So there was a trailer for a film coming up starring Michael B. Jordan. That was directed by Denzel Washington. Now, it would have been fine, Hallmark movie, whatever, like award bait. It's not going to get nominated for anything, but it was obviously like an award bait style film. It goes through the whole trailer, and then when it lists like when it does the thing like, oh, date it comes out and all that, it's just Denzel Washington introducing the movie again.
Yeah, and
make sure you
the
come
people in
see
the theater were like laughing.
It is self-indulgent. There's no reason for Denzel Washington to do voiceover over the end of this trailer. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
The Morbius trailer makes me really worried because it makes that movie look really bad.
I think he looks scary, though.
Well, the Morbius character is meant to be scary. He's a
like they
vampire.
did a good job, like making him look scary. I just don't know how all the other effects are gonna hold up.
I didn't like Venom, and this is made by the same like people who made Venom, which makes me worried. Which means we're gonna be sitting on a lot of really bad CGI.
Yeah, and then they were using the Doors song in the trailer. People Are Strange.
That's not unusual.
I know, but it's like the Lost Boys already did that.
That's the song that brought. That's the movie that right. The Lost. I think that's the connection they're making.
I don't know, but it's like that's been done already.
So it had the King Richard trailer, Will Smith, and more obvious Oscar bait. As it's the biopic for the Williams sisters' dad.
Yeah.
Which he's doing at least he's doing a character. He's not like he's using this higher voice and he's talking with this like almost moany tone, which at least he's doing a character. At least he's doing a characterization of the person. He's not just Will Smith. But it's, okay, it's a biopic. I'm kind of over like the Williams sisters are still relevant in popular culture.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we're doing a biopic of them now.
I don't know. I do enjoy tennis, so I feel like I will eventually watch the movie.
She's gotten me into tennis, and I do enjoy tennis now.
But yeah, then there was the Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
Yeah.
The No Way Home trailer looks good.
Which that already comes out next month?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they shot Far From Home and No Way Home back to back.
And then there's your Uncharted
one.
I think that one looks pretty cheesy, I'm not gonna lie.
But you also never played Uncharted. Now.
It's obviously very unrealistic. He was doing things in the trailer that are so unrealistic.
You obviously never played Uncharted.
No,
It's
and
like
I really don't care.
It's like okay, so like Uncharted was like it was obviously like somebody super inspired by Indiana Jones.
Okay.
But part of the game was that you do these really like he like climbs up. There's like puzzles where you're climbing with him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obviously like nobody would be able to climb this totem pole 30 feet in the air.
Or like you're flying out of a plane and you're just jumping around.
Seems like something from the game.
Okay.
But
I guess I'm just not into
Nathan Drake,
it.
right? Nathan Drake is this like he's kind of a superhero because he it's a lot like Indiana Jones in the sake that nobody should have been able to survive that situation kind of thing, which happens to him all the time. Nathan Drake gets blown up twice every game. And you're like, there's no way somebody would not be dead standing that close to a car bomb. But I feel like Tom Holland is the right cast for Nathan Drake. I don't feel like Mark Wahlberg is the right cast for Sam. Because Sam in the game...
Yeah, so who is he supposed to be?
Sam is connected. He's a guy that, like... I'm trying to explain... I'm trying to think of an analogy of another character like him. But, like, he's known all over the world as kind of a shyster in the crypto treasure world. So wherever there's, like, archaeological treasure, he seems to find his way into, like, tricking people into helping him get it. Which is one reason he was really close to Nathan. And it's cool. It's a cool... No, Sam is his older brother. What's that? Sam is his older brother who was looking for the treasure before him. And I can't remember... Mark Wahlberg is playing the guide guy. But in the games, he's older. He's got, like, a white beard. He kind of looks like Bruce Campbell in Burn Notice. He's always wearing, like, Hawaiian shirts and slacks. Okay. You know what I mean? So they kind of miscast with Mark Wahlberg there. But I think the reason for that is because originally, years ago, almost a full 10 years ago, Mark Wahlberg was supposed to play Nathan Drake. So I think he just, like, stuck around through the production of this movie the whole time because he still wanted to be a part of it.
Okay.
And then we had, that was it? That was it. I kind of want to see him.
So.
I want to see Uncharted. I don't think I want to see it in theaters.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay to go see it.
But I do want to see it.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll be on HBO Max.
Yeah, I'd watch it. If you have HBO Max, that's probably a worthy watch on there. Spider-Man, we're going to see in theaters.
I figured.
I can go by myself if you're not like...
But I'm curious because, like, I have a feeling what they're gonna do in the movie if they're opening up these other universes, so that would be interesting.
Okay.
They already brought back Doc Ock.
They brought back Alfred Molina as Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So, comment section, you got a month. Yay or nay, are they bringing Dafoe back?
I thought I had seen something where the Green Goblin is supposed to...
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
There's been 3!
Who have been the other
Dafoe,
ones?
Franco, and...
not Franco. No one wants to work with Franco anymore.
Oh. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then, was it Dane DeHaan?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Dane DeHaan.
Well, I never saw the...
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield? I never saw those ones.
You saw the first one, I thought. I thought we watched the first one together.
I might have fallen asleep.
That's a possibility. They're not good. They are bringing back Jamie Foxx's Electro, though. Like, they've confirmed that Jamie Foxx's Electro from the first Amazing Spider-Man is going to be in it. So, I think we're doing the Spider-Verse again?
Yeah.
So, are we getting Miles Morales? Okay.
That's what I thought.
I hope we get Miles Morales. He's been referenced in past movies. If you remember, during Homecoming, Donald Glover's character says that he has a nephew. Now, Donald Glover's character in Homecoming is kind of referenced as being the supervillain Prowler. So his nephew would be Miles Morales, the ultimate. He's called Ultimate Spider-Man because he's in the ultimate version of the Marvel Universe. I hope that's what we're transitioning to, is from Tom Holland to Miles, or Tom Holland's Peter Parker to Miles Morales. I'm down with that. But like Far From Home was really good. Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio was a super cool supervillain, and then the whole thing when he trapped him in the bubble and he's just fighting against that sequence where he's fighting against like giant pieces of Mysterio and himself. That was cool. I feel like, was I like sick when we went and saw that? Because I feel like I had gone to the bathroom a lot during Far From Home.
I don't remember. I barely even remember us going to see it. It just feels like it was so long ago.
Yeah, it feels like forever ago.
Yeah. It would have been before the whole pandemic, right?
It would have been before the pandemic. Ugh. But especially because I think it was right before the pandemic. Because,
yeah, and we were going to see a lot of movies in the theater, I feel like right before it hit. So it just, I don't know, it just seems
because
like
I remember going to see
ago.
Okay, so we have a group of friends. There's probably 6 of us. And we all went and saw Endgame together.
Yeah.
And the theater was packed.
Yeah. Was it just us that went to see?
I think it was you, me, and Jared. I think Jared went with us.
Oh, man. I don't even remember.
Because I remember talking to Jared, like, during? Yeah.
I remember.
He gets a kick out of J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. So I distinctly remember his laugh in those scenes. Our friend Jared has a laugh that you can hear anywhere. We were supposed to be talking about Ghostbusters. Oh, we're talking about trailers. Okay. So those are the trailers before. Let us know what you think about those. And now it comes the obligatory like, share, subscribe, tap the little bell if you already like us on YouTube. What else? What else can they do? It might seem like well, that's an insignificant thing for me to do, but to us it's a big deal because we don't get very much stuff. And one stuff is a lot of stuff for us.
And we do put a lot of work into this. It might not seem like it tonight on this stream because we're just kind of all over, and I'm kind of like, I'm really tired, to be honest, but we do a lot of research, and we just, I don't know, even if we don't get a lot of viewers, I enjoy doing what we do. But it would be nice to, grow more and
this number
expand.
This number down here, I'd like to meet that number. I'd like to get it to go all the way over. Yeah. And then we can start, because we have ideas for promotions and sweepstakes and giveaways and stuff that we'd like to be able to do, but we can't really do that without more peoples. Yeah. And just like the energy in a theater, the more people there are, the better it feels. So, she's gonna go to bed. Thank you. Things to be seen. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok,
Twitch,
Spotify. Okay, yeah. I put a lot of work into the Spotify episodes, and if you go listen to those, if at any point you see that we put up a video and you just happen to be driving for the next 8 hours, let me fill a quarter of that, because not only does it have our actual episodes that you hear us record like this, but I add tracks from Spotify into it as contextual content.
Yeah. Bonus content.
Bonus!
So yeah, like if we mention a song during an episode or like, you know, a specific score or something, on Spotify we're able to insert it into the episodes, then you'll actually be able to hear the music that we're talking about.
And on the last episode, usually I try to do 3. On the last episode, I did 4. And I said I wasn't gonna, but I did it anyway. It's a little bit of work. It takes work.
Yeah.
But the more work you do, you make your own luck. So, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Do all the stuff I asked for a minute ago. It helps. Might seem like a little click to you, but it's a big deal to us. Adopt, don't shop.
Think pink and have a sparkling day tomorrow, and we will be back on Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's only like a day in between.
Uh-huh.